Drake lit up them other little niggas. He lit all them little niggas up.
We live?
We live?
I'm going to go live over here because I like to be nosy. I want to know who's on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I want to see what I look like. I got my shades on. Hey.
Okay, so it's a Monday. It's not a Tuesday, right? Obvious.
It's a Monday. It's my Monday and Friday.
It's your Friday, right? Because you're about to head out.
I'm about to head out.
That's why you got
What's
your
up,
stunning
Chastity?
shades
What's
on.
up, sexy New Yorker? Yes, I have my shades on because I'm sitting in the legend seat.
Right.
So, you know, I
You
feel
got
like
the legend shades on.
Yeah, I got the legend shades on.
You're over here looking like Mina Raina. So we here because we about to go on a brief hiatus.
Yes.
It's May 6th. We're moving into planning and preparation for block party season.
Yes.
And so we just wanted to jump on to let you guys know what we were doing and to kind of recenter what we do, because Kai said we got like 2,000 new followers.
We got 2,000 new followers from the block party reel. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's coming out. Shout out to everybody that came out last year. Like, they're excited. I'm excited. I'm hyped.
Yeah, that shit got a lot
DJs.
of shares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
gonna be fun.
like I said, we are in the planning stages of an
Chastity.
amazing block party season. June 1st, we on Fulton Street with DJ Enough.
Yes.
June 8th, we on my block for my 49th birthday.
That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a legendary movie.
Jazzy
and then
Joyce is in the building.
Saturday, shout to Jazzy. And then Saturday, July 13th, it's the second annual Hip Hop Closet.
Yes.
Block
July
party.
13th.
That's
in
gonna be the
in the
lit.
Brooklyn Navy Yard. Mark your
Right.
calendars. Save the date. You don't want to miss this one.
So to recenter us for the people that are new here, tell them who we are and where we from.
Okay, I guess I'll take my shades off.
Yeah, you can take the shades off.
So I'm Kai, owner of hiphopcloset.com, co-owner of hiphopcloset.com and Suite 607. And this is our live. This is our pod. Conversations at Hip Hop Closet. Tell them who you are.
My name is Marlon. I was the third model for Hip Hop Closet back in 1998 when they got started. I've been a part of this camp. Well, really, we come out of high school together, but I've been part of the Hip Hop Closet camp since its beginnings. And you know, maybe about 7-8 years ago, we started really doing aggressive programming outside of the showroom and outside of the actual retail side of it. And it's been an amazing ride ever since we've been in here, right? So we came in here in 2017.
We started here, and we started here. Actually, I signed a lease in 2018.
So it was 18 when
it was 2018, so that's when Suite 607 started. That's when we started, excuse me, with programming and bringing the brand to life, really.
And we do karaoke, we do book signings, we've done game nights, we do a whole host of stuff here. And so for those of you who are not in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Navy Yard rests in Fort Greene. So we're in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. We're in Central Brooklyn. Big up to BK all day.
Fort Greene, Farragut, and Williamsburg, and Dumbo.
Right, the whole thing. Right, we're in the mix.
Yeah.
Right, we're kind of like in that mix. And it's been a wild ride. And those of you who are our faithful followers, you know how we give it up. Yeah, Style Core Quest. Shout to Style Core Quest.
Yeah.
So you know how we give it up. Conversations, we started it last year as a way to honor Hip Hop 50. Our first guest was Ralph McDaniels.
Yes.
And we just been running ever since then. And since then, we've done maybe about 70 episodes.
Probably about
Yeah, we're about at 70
Yeah.
episodes.
Shout out to Mess.
Shout out to Jay. What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
What's good? You all right?
Yeah.
Come to the front
wait.
for a minute. Yeah,
Come
because
to
you
the
know what I
front.
mean? You're part of the whole thing, man.
I like this sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you know-
sweatshirt is banging.
This is
That's a
What's
native
that?
tongue.
Can they,
Yo, so
can
this
y'all
is
see that?
y'all can see this,
They
right?
can't see it.
They can see it.
Oh.
Y'all can see it. So music sermon, Naima Cochran, her line.
Oh, that's
you know.
Naima's line.
Yeah,
Sit
yeah.
here so
Okay.
they can see it.
All right, let me see
They
right.
can see it. Y'all, boom.
It's a partnership with Cross Colors?
Nah, it's her shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just she just got the logo like
Yeah,
that.
she just fly like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say right.
That's
You know,
dope.
I'm gonna say right here.
That's
So you know, behind the scenes, I do all the filming. I do all the videography, photography. You know, really chronicling our adventure and our journey.
Yes.
And I'm the best model for Hip Hop Closet. That's who I am. So, yeah.
Facts. He is the best model because I don't model no more. I ain't modeled in years. But and so like I said, we're gonna take a bit of a hiatus just to kind of put our ducks in a row. Summertime's a very busy time for us. we are very heavy in community in terms of what we do from an outreach perspective, what we do from a programming perspective. And also, you know, Kai got to get the kids home from college.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Get them
like
settled. We have
right.
interns coming in.
Right.
We have to prepare for the block party, the fashion show, and just, you know, get ready for winter season too. Sheepskins, y'all. Yeah, we gotta get ready for all of that.
Big facts. So we're gonna take this time. There's a couple questions I want to ask y'all. The first question is the obvious question from this week. This week was one of the biggest weeks in hip hop. You had 7 diss records coming out in like a 48-hour period. You've never seen anything like that. So I want to know from you guys who benefited the most from this weekend's diss royale, this battle royale, like Jason called it. Who benefited the most and who benefited the least? Put your answers in the chat and we're gonna go over them. The second thing I want y'all to, those of you who've been watching us, is who has been your most favorite guest?
Yes.
Who have we interviewed that the interview was fire, the guest was fire, the information was fire? Who was the best interview, not just in this season, you could go to last season. Who was the best interview we had? And y'all start populating the chat, we'll go to that, but I want to talk to Kai about her answers. So the first thing I want to ask you.
Question?
I'm going to ask you. So the first question is, off the strength of this weekend, who benefited the most and who benefited the least?
Okay, the fans benefited the most.
Big true.
Because we in the internet.
Yeah.
Internets.
The internets. Shout out to Dallas Penn.
Shout out to Dallas Penn.
Yeah, the internets.
Benefited the most because people was just talking, and you know, we got some good music. You know, we got some interesting conversation going. So the fans benefited the most. Who benefited the least?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Drake because I feel like, you know, like, does he really like have to do this? Like, does he really have to like be out here running his mouth? You know, like, what's really happening here?
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay, so you say the fans benefited the most.
Yes.
You say Drake benefited the least. Mess, who benefited the most?
Yeah, I agree. The fans benefited the most. To Kai's point, they got music. You know, Twitter felt like OG Twitter for a while. Like when
Twitter was on fire.
Right. Yeah, the
God damn,
conversation
Twitter was on
crazy.
fire.
We got the memes, we got everything, and you know, it was a point where we was in the chat, and all of a sudden, like we saw Kendrick drop. It's like Kendrick dropped again. Oh shit! Like,
right.
And so you had that energy, right? And it was dope. It took me back to, you know, how Twitter used to be. And again, the person that benefited the least was Drake. I think that it kind of really showed his standing in the industry. When you think about all these people who've had grievances with him or against him for so long, and they've been waiting to see someone come up and say, yo, I hate you, I this. You know, it's like, wow. And then when you start to put out the music, and from a lyrical perspective, you're like, nah, that's not it, right? And then every time you looked at Drake's fans, you know, they was just like, come up with excuses. Yo, just drop music. And you know what? The honest is, we wanted to hear him rap like he did on his last verse, like exactly how we wanted. And it took him 4 songs to get there, right? And so, I think it was Drake.
So I also agree that the fans benefited the most. Twitter was in a frenzy. The hip hop culture was in a frenzy. The hip hop community was in a frenzy. We was at Aria's 50th birthday party.
Shout out to Aria. She checked in.
We was at Aria's 50th birthday party yesterday at Brooklyn Chop House. And the moment that I walked in, the space, the first person I saw was Bonsu. Shout to Bonsu. And me and Bonsu had a 15-minute conversation on the dance floor, on the rooftop, about Drake and Kendrick. And if you guys know Bonsu is an award-winning writer. Like, he's been on the pod. Right, he's been on the pod. He's not a poo-put. He is somebody he's a generator in this culture. He makes things happen in the culture. And so we had a 15-minute conversation, which was really, really excellent about this. So the fans benefited the most. I'm going to go left in all of because I actually don't think Drake didn't benefit. Like, how could you not benefit if you made millions of dollars in a weekend? I don't see how anybody could not benefit from the exposure that Drake had this weekend. But who I'm gonna say,
it was a trick question then.
No, I didn't. I wasn't trying to trick you. You just answered Drake. I wasn't trying to trick you. But who I'm gonna say benefited the least is DJ Vlad, and I'm gonna tell you why DJ Vlad. I'm gonna tell you why. So, like Jason said, Twitter was in a frenzy this weekend, right?
Right.
People like I haven't, so I'm not really a Twitter guy like that, right? But I've witnessed Twitter in a frenzy like it was this weekend. Twitter was in a frenzy. So, in the midst of the frenzy, DJ Vlad comments on the Kendrick Drake thing, and a sister that works at Princeton was like, yo, stay out of black folk business, right? And Vlad took it as an excuse to go off, and he started tagging Princeton and like telling the sister, yo, you're gonna I'm gonna get you fired for saying that. Yo, when I tell you how Black Twitter turned on Vlad, like to this day, like Vlad is canceled in the hip hop community because of what he did.
Missed that.
Yo, he's canceled.
Wow.
Because the sister was saying what we all been thinking, right? The sister was like, because listen, let's make no mistake about it. Vlad is a culture vulture. We know what Vlad is about, right? So what she said to him, and she didn't, like, he pressed her. She wasn't the aggressor, but she was like, yo, stay out of black folk business. It's a black folk conversation. And he went off. Oh, he started tagging Princeton in all of his comments.
Wow.
And so, we can't allow for shit like that to go on, right? And even though, this is what I'm going to say. Vlad has worked in the culture. So maybe his voice is not invalid because he's worked in the culture for so long. But you are a guest in the culture. This is not your culture.
Right.
You are a guest and a purveyor. You make money from the culture. So when someone from the culture tells you to stand down, it's just like being a guest in a house. If you're a guest in my house and you doing dumb shit and I'd be like, yo, chill out.
Right.
You're to chill out because you're in my house. So, you know what I mean? Peace to that sister that went through that.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Had
so
I known that.
That's who I'm saying benefited the lead. Yo, Twitter turned on that dude.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time coming though. Vlad has been a vulture. Vlad is, I don't even know how he gets people on the show.
He's gotten turned
but every
on.
time he gets someone on the show, like they get indicted, or he gets them to have these conversations or ask questions.
He's ridiculous.
Where it feels like they're telling themselves.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
But this whole beef is also about being culture vulture and appropriation. So it kind of fits that Vlad ended up getting strays based on what was being said.
It is. It is about cultural appropriation. You're right about that, Jay. What's up? What they saying?
Okay, so, wait, should I go back? Definitely the fans win. Chastity said Champagne Poppy. What did she say about Champagne Poppy? Much respect. A style code quest, he can't choose. He's only going to say that because each interview connected another piece of the puzzle. Learning about what happened in hip hop history, whether it was BK, Manhattan, etc. Much respect to Mr. Rice. But only a couple of people had chimed in on the who won, who lost.
Okay.
Chastity definitely chimed in, and she was like, I feel like Drake definitely benefited.
Yeah, he definitely benefits.
But the fans benefited the most.
This was the biggest weekend in hip hop since Ether dropped.
Jazzy Joy said Kendrick benefited the most.
More than the fans?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with that. Ain't no wrong answers here. This is like an open book test. Ain't no
I know
wrong
that.
answers.
Yeah, I totally feel like
Ain't no wrong answers.
Oh, and wait, Mr. He said, salute my brother Marlon and guest. See, I need to put my shades back on.
He said guest. They tried to play my sister call her a guest. All right, second question. Who has been your favorite interview?
Oh my God.
I have two answers to this.
You go first. I went first last
time.
So
the interviewee that I adored the most was Kim Osorio.
Oh, okay, yeah. She was really good.
Yeah,
she
I
was
really adored Kim. Me and Kim had good chemistry. Shout to you, Kim. I'm actually talking to Malik Bowie. Shout to Malik Bowie. They got a documentary out called Tale of the Tape.
She has a lot of projects came out recently.
So Kim is on this project, Tale of the Tape. We trying to work on a Brooklyn space to actually screen this thing.
Oh, that would be
Kim,
dope.
I feel like Kim and I had great chemistry. We had a great conversation. But the best. Oh, I'm gonna say, I'll be honest with you. The conversation I had with Rob Gore, that was like up
Your
there.
therapy session.
Yeah, that was a whole therapy session for me.
Oh, speaking of Rob Gore, his book is out today.
Oh, it dropped today?
Maybe the 7th.
Okay, no,
This
that's
week,
fine.
this
Whatever.
week.
Yeah, that's
yes,
fine.
Rob Gore's book. He has his book signing is on the 11th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Marlon likes that interview because he had a whole therapy session.
Yeah, that was a whole session. But you got to understand the background with me and Rob. Like when I'm going through things physically, I will text Rob like, "Yo, Rob, my knee hurt, and what I should do."
Right.
And he will counsel me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have that counsel
Yeah.
patient relationship.
Right.
So up here it just existed. But we also had a good conversation, and I can't wait to read his book. Right?
Yeah,
He's
I ordered it. I can't wait to get it.
It's going to be a very informative book. How
I
about
really
you?
I really did like Rob Gore because, you know, it's like when you grow up with somebody but you don't have certain conversations with them, you feel like you don't, you know, like I got to really know him.
Right.
You know, and like a lot of things that he felt and like the way he saw me and my family, you know, like, because, you know, you grow up with people, but you don't necessarily talk about how they feel about you, you know, or like how, you know, like what experiences they had with you. And his memory was awesome.
Sharp.
So,
His memory sharp.
yeah. So
His
it was
memory
like
sharp.
really good to like hear these stories of us growing up. And so I really enjoyed
Yeah, the Rob interview was
yeah,
was fire.
I really enjoyed
The
Rob.
interview
And
was fire.
it has the most views.
It does.
Also, Jazzy Joyce, like that.
Oh,
was
how
like,
could I forget
Jazzy
Joyce's
Joyce's interview was so good
God.
because she gave us so much. She's the
Yo.
Jazzy Joyce. Like I
look.
love that you came up here, and I love that you spoke. Like you just gave us everything, and I
So
love that.
Jazzy was the type of interview that there has to be a part 2 to.
There has to be a part 2.
You know what I'm saying? Because she
Yeah.
kind of like, she teased us with certain things that we didn't really get to develop and fall into.
Right.
But she was such a outwardly transparent guest.
Right, yeah, that's
like
what it-
nothing we asked her, she didn't answer.
Right, exactly.
And she even answered shit we ain't asked her.
right. It was
She
like,
was an amazing. She was an
Yeah,
amazing.
she was a
I
really,
forgot
really
about
good
that
guest.
one. How about
Yeah.
you, Mess?
My favorite is the Kyiesha interview.
Oh,
I was thinking about Kalia's interview too. I really like that. That was like that's why I have the shades on.
Yeah, that's a
honestly.
Kyiesha-
Like,
that's a
yeah, I have the
Kyiesha
shades
move.
on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kalia.
Yeah, I got in trouble for the
Homage.
Kyiesha interview. Certain
I
people
mean,
thought I was leaning
I
in too close.
thought that was what you was gonna say with the chemistry. That was the one that you were gonna talk about.
I had some issues after the Kyiesha joint, but yeah, we love Kyiesha, man. Kyiesha was amazing.
Yeah, what was the thing that was dope about her interview is when you hear her story, right? You know, it's like everything was her going with the flow. Like she never really went. She never thought that there was a problem, or it was like, yo, this what's on to do. All right, cool. You would never think like, all right, as a parent, as you know, being in fashion, like picking things up, learning, meeting people on the way. Like, yo, she's built herself up into this point where like she literally is like this celebrity stylist that everyone's trying to get to, and you know, you see her all the time. She's with Method Man all the time, styling him, and it's dope. And
Meth, Jada.
Yeah, I think
she overcame so many obstacles.
it was the obstacles thing, but also, like a lot of times we interview people that have jobs and professions in the industry, and our fan base, our followers, the people that watch us, don't necessarily know what those jobs entail.
Yeah.
They just know the title. Oh, you're a stylist. What the fuck does that mean?
Right.
Right.
They see the end result.
Right. They see the end result. So Kyiesha was one of those guests that really took you soup to nuts throughout the process of what it meant to be a stylist. And then she named a lot of iconic stylists that people may or may not have really know about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me put this on pause because they're going to keep quoting me. Shout out to DJ Pleasure. That's DJ Pleasure. I'll talk to you after this spot.
And then I say like the and I keep calling acronyms, Mr. Man and then Royal Flush. Those two, because they really talked to us. They were very transparent about their health journey.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
important.
not like a real underlying.
Yeah, because you know, as middle-aged men, like we got to be more intentional about how we see our health.
Yeah.
And as we see our friends passing away, their lives cut short because of health problems, like these are the type of episodes that get magnified for me.
Oh yeah, that's big facts. Like, and you're right. It's been kind of an underlying thing, but that's also because of our age and kind of where we're at in the world right now. Is people unfortunately are dealing with health issues, and it's a thing. The Royal Flush thing was dope. Shout to Royal Flush. He's an amazing individual.
I feel like that's also another one that needed a part two because he had a lot more to his story, and I feel like we didn't get to it because we were really focused heavily on the health.
Right, on his
health. Which,
too.
I mean, naturally, that's at the forefront of everything.
Yeah,
so shout out to him. I'm hoping
well, I mean, we're going to push forward, and as we move into the summer and fall, some of these people, like I was thinking about Mech today. So Mech, shout to Mech. Mech, if you're watching this,
though, like
he was like the 88th.
Right.
He wanted to be the 88th.
Right,
yes.
we gotta.
So we close to the 88th episode, Mech. I'm gonna call on you whenever I'm gonna have Jason tally up the numbers. Wait, nah.
We in the 50s. All right.
Really?
We only in the 50s. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's good. That gives you some time, Mech. You got to like the end of the year, but we gonna call back on you. Flush, Joyce.
Stacey Gray was really good too.
I love Stacey.
Stacey, she dropped so many gems in such a sweet way. It was like,
she came so elegant. She came like Stacey. Like she was so elegant.
I just love Stacey.
She said she perched. She didn't sit. She perched in the seat.
Right. Yeah.
And she spoke her piece. Another thing that was interesting for me at least was when we did Boot Camp Clip. When we did rock and we did tech and we did steel and each of their stories and how the stories interrelated.
Right.
But also they're very quality brothers. Steel and tech and rock, they're real good like good guys, like straightforward, good gentlemen. Like we saw them. Did you see them at C's funeral?
I did. I took a picture with them and that damn Alamo walking through the picture. I got a picture. Alamo walking through the picture. But I took a picture with them.
Yeah, they some good dudes.
It's always good to see them. Shout out to them and Sin.
Quality cast. Shout to Sin, absolutely. Yeah. Shout to Buck. I forgot where I saw Buck. Where we just saw Buck. Oh, at Ralph McDaniel's thing. I was at the bar talking about
shout out to Ralph
McDaniel
because he had I love that they gave him his flowers a real salute to him and everything that he's done over the what was it? Is it 40?
It was 40.
It's 40, yeah.
It was a 40th
40 years of video music.
Like imagine that. Imagine doing something for 40 years.
Through all of what hip hop and music and technology has done. You're just there doing it all.
And have been a staple. Every one of us that grew up in Brooklyn in the 80s would rush home to watch Video Music Box at 3:30. And so he's meant everything to the growth and development of not just the culture, but of the children of the culture. Yeah. And we ain't kids no more. I'm 48 years old. And I'm telling you, when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, Video Music Box was the center of my hip hop world, right? So we love you, Ralph. Shout to you. Shout to Ray DeJean. His thing was at 275 Park at Ray's spot.
Yeah, 275.
Shout to Buck. We saw Buck. What they saying? Who was their favorite?
I don't know. I feel like my stuff has gotten frozen. Is anybody saying anything? Are y'all saying anything? Who was your favorite interview? A Style Code Quest. He says he can't choose, but I feel like you can choose.
You might have to choose, Brody.
Oh yes, Joyce. I mean, we still got to talk about the block party, Joyce, because we want you on those wheels.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Joyce 2 on the 8th. We got a bunch of DJs. Let me tell you something. Shout to Ted Smooth.
Shout
to Goldie. Goldfinger tore down Chop House yesterday as usual, per usual.
Chaos tore it down too.
Shout to Chaos. Chaos tore Chop House down. And shout to Jazzy. Like one of the perks of what we do is the fact that we have access to some of the greatest DJ minds in the culture.
Seriously.
Like for me, that's the shit for me. That I could call on a Goldfinger. I could call on a I'm about to say C. I'm about to say Mr. C. I used to be able to call on C. Like I could call on these people and they'll come and show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And being somebody who grew up in the culture and who grew up as a patron at a lot of their events. Right. I remember when Goldie was at Club New York. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember Ted Smooth's old school parties uptown. Like being a patron to evolving into a space where now you can connect with them and curate things with them.
Right.
Like that's amazing. Like art, what we do, art is the expression of culture, right? And so what we do, Kai, I don't think we always look at it as art, but everything that we do, karaoke, the podcast, the block parties, we are using our art to communicate to culture.
Right.
And to have like a legion, to have these cats that are willing to go to war with us to do it is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. Shout out to all of the DJs that we know.
Yeah, and we got to get Goldie
y'all.
on here. We've been trying to get Goldie on here. We
have,
get Goldie on
listen.
Here. Ted Smooth's interview was one of the top interviews.
Ted Smooth was really good.
Ted Smooth was top 5. Ted Smooth's interview was top 5. Definitely
was
top 5.
So so tell us who y'all want to see.
Yeah,
also.
write that out.
Yeah, let us know who y'all want us to get on the show, and we'll like work our hardest to do that. Yeah.
Tammy Ford.
I've been talking to Tammy.
Tammy,
I've been talking to you. My big sister, I've been talking to you. I need you on the show. I'm about to show him the DMs. You know, Tammy been busy. She the intention is there.
Okay.
It's just about
She's
aligning. It's just about aligning. Her intention is there. She never says no.
Yeah.
She says in a moment, like in due time, I'm gonna get with you, right? Yeah. So I respect that. She's one of the busiest women in the game, man, and also one of the most successful, especially in the promotion game.
Right. Yeah.
So
she was doing her
that.
thing at the event last night, and her hospitality was just like on 100. So.
Yo, I was at Chop House last night, and I was thinking about while I was, on the dance floor, and like Cootie, shout to Cootie. Cootie was there. Cootie Rock was there. Right?
There was a lot of people
Cootie's
in the
interview
room.
was also an amazing interview.
Yes, there was so many people in the room that have been on
that
the
have been
pod.
right.
I love
and so look,
that.
let me tell you a secret. So, well, not a secret, but let me tell you something that happened. So I'm on the dance floor, I'm chilling, and this guy comes up to me, and it was loud as fuck. I couldn't really hear him, so I lean in, and he's like, "Yeah, you did the interview with Sting International." And I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, my name is Brian. I believe his name is Brian. Shout out to you, Brian. And he was like, yo, I run with Sting. You guys really did a good job of representing him. You really did your thing.
Job.
Right? And so for me, it's like, we in the spot and we are just chilling. It's not about that.
Right.
But people recognize us for the work that we're doing, and they're starting to recognize us more and more. So for bro to come up to me and be like, yo, listen, I seen what you did.
Right.
You did a good job. Man, that speaks volumes about our work. It speaks volumes about our work.
People really love you as a interviewer and a host.
Well, I don't think it's just me. I think it's us. Like, I think it's all of us.
Oh, look, Tammy Ford is here. She said she's laughing.
Tammy, you know what time it is. Just hit me and let me know.
Tammy is shy, and she runs from the hot seat.
Yeah, she told me. Yeah, she
no,
told me
you
that.
love it up here. I'm shy too.
that.
I'm shy too, and I like it.
I told my sister I'm gonna take care of her.
Put your shades on.
You sit
You'll
next
be
to me,
fine.
I'm gonna take care of you.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
Marlon's
just
good.
fine. You're gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I feel like you got a story to tell.
Absolutely.
Great story to tell.
Absolutely.
So come on.
Also Hawaii Mike.
Oh yes, Hawaii
Shout to Mike.
I was looking at the clips from Hawaii Mike's so this month I promise y'all there's gonna be a mirage of clips that I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna put a lot of clips out. I'm just trying to make them perfect and everything. But he was so good. I really want to go and get the oils and stuff and make some.
Well, I'll be over there now at Fly Private. We're gonna do a private dinner for my birthday, June 7th.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah,
we're gonna do a private dinner.
Okay,
June
yeah,
7th.
yeah. I'm
June
ready for
7th.
that. I'm
We're
ready
gonna
for
do
that.
the dinner.
We're
gonna do the dinner with Mike. Fly Private's social and good people in YC.
And they will like come there for the after party after the block party.
Yo, it's so many people are trying to move on an after party for my block party.
For your block party.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout to Hawaii Mike. Shout to Jew Bernard. A lot of people is trying to move on it, which is good though, because again, like we are doing things that are in the fabric of the culture and the community.
Right.
So it's only right.
Speaking of doing things, should I make my announcement?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
No.
I have been appointed to CB2 Community Board.
Yes.
Yeah, that's public knowledge anyway.
Yeah,
so
they can go find that.
I'm excited about that.
So tell them what a community board member does.
So they make decisions on the fabric of the neighborhood, I would say, right? Like anything from like traffic to businesses that are coming in to buildings that are going up. I mean, I'm still new to it, so I'm trying to figure it out, but there's a lot of land use stuff. It's a lot of information, honestly.
Let me tell you something else that comes through. When you taking your seat?
I'm going to be sworn in on the 21st
of May.
Yeah.
So you may be seated in the June meeting when the block party will come through.
Your block party?
Yeah. Oh. Block parties come through community boards.
Right. Oh, okay.
So they're gonna say, okay, well, there's gonna be this block party in Green and St. James. All in favor?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you got an opportunity. That's what I'm saying. It's powerful.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. So and there's like there's meetings all this week that I'm gonna miss a few things, but I am going to be sworn in on the 21st.
That's amazing.
And I put all the meetings
civic engagement.
Civic engagement.
Yeah,
I feel like
important.
Very important now.
It's important.
Yeah.
So I just want to touch on before we leave. We lost a couple of real good dudes in the last couple of weeks. You and I went to C's funeral on Tuesday.
That was a real nice,
it was,
homegoing, what they did for him.
It was,
just the love.
It was dope. And it's one of those things that, like you feel like sometimes it feels like people don't get their flowers before they pass.
Right.
But I don't feel that way about C, because I feel like everybody that was there was just reaffirming their connection to C.
And their love for his genuine self.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it was so surreal because it was in the new Brooklyn Paramount. It was an all-white event. And literally, Brooklyn's hip-hop elite was in the space.
Yeah.
Busta, Roxanne Shante, what's my sister's name we saw as we was walking in? Miss Jones. All of the Radioheads, Ebro, Peter, all those cats. All the dancing cats, SOS dancers, Scoob and Scrap, all those people was there. Big Daddy Kane was there. And it just was a great, right. And it just reminded me that we've been in this culture for so long. Like some of these people, like you looked up to when you was a kid, some of these people you partied with, some of these people you threw parties and they attended. And it really just reminded me how vast and how beautiful our ecosystem is.
Right.
Because we're pushing 50 at this point, and we're literally still vibing and mixing and bonding and fellowshipping with the same people that we were in house parties with in 88 and 89. And I don't know if people really understand how special that makes hip hop.
Right.
That's what we're doing. Like the fact that we're still young at heart and move around places where we're seeing people that like we've been connected to for 35, 40 years, that's a very special thing. And C brought all that together. And everybody said the same thing that I say about C. C was a very critical, he loved you. If he loved you, he was very critical about what you would do or how you were presenting yourself.
Right.
He cared about you, and he wasn't afraid to be vocal about what he saw. And scream on you. Yeah, he screamed on me.
Like I feel like if he didn't love you,
right? If he didn't love you, he wasn't screaming on
you.
you. But if he loved you, he was screaming on you.
Yeah.
And when I was sitting there and I was listening to speaker after speaker talk about that shit, and I felt at ease because I was like, okay, yes, because he used to scream on me as well.
One of the best stories I heard about C came from Deani, aka Scotty Beebe. She was there. Scotty was there. Did she speak?
No, she didn't speak.
So he had his show at noon, right? His soul school at noon. He made her find every sample of every song that he played. And he made her write down his entire mix and then find the sample. Like that was her homework every day.
Wow.
And then he would quiz her on it.
Because she's Sheila Scott's daughter.
Yeah.
And Sheila is a radio legend.
Yeah. And so but for her that also helped her get that ear. And whenever if you ever listen to a Scotty playlist, like it's a phenomenal, like her mixes her playlists are dope, but that's a credit to the work that she put in because C made her put that work in and be critical and be like, nah, you missed one. Like you did, what is it? And every single day she had to do that. That's dope. That's love. To your point.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, and y'all used to joke about me because we would be together and C would call me, and I'd be like, oh, they'd be like, oh, nigga, C is calling you.
My favorite was C's mad at me this week.
Right, C's mad at me.
He's not talking to me.
Right.
And then everybody that got up there said
the same shit. I'm telling you, that's how you would move on you.
They said, yo, I think C, they called, I think it was Big Daddy Kane. It was like, C, could you talk to C? I think he's mad at me.
And Kane was like, nah, he mad at me.
Right,
He mad at me
talk
too.
to him until next week because he's mad at me too.
And so, again, that's what I'm saying. So when I was listening to the stories, and my relationship with C was just like that. So it gave me a sense of like, okay, right? Like we vibed in the way that he preferred to vibe with his friends.
Right. And
You
shout
know
out
what
to
I'm
Montel Jordan. He was there.
Yo.
I did not know that he was a
whole pastor.
And yeah, you missed his like ending, like his
I did.
wrap
I went
up.
to go see the Knicks game. I had to get out of there.
I stayed until the very end.
So y'all stayed through Capri's set?
Not that very end.
Okay, because I heard it was a whole party afterwards.
Oh, it was a party afterwards. We just stayed until like the party started, and then we went out. But yeah, Montel Jordan, he did like a whole like kind of wrap up at the end of it.
Really?
Where he spoke and
Shout to Havoc.
Yeah,
Because
Havoc
Mobb Deep was one of
performed.
C's favorite groups.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they mentioned that there because in the clip that I had of me and C at the Hip Hop 50 block party, he played Shook Ones. That's when he took my mic from me. He played Shook Ones. So, again, like it's full circle, and we love you, C. We love you. We're gonna continue to always keep your name.
We gotta get Master Ace.
We gotta get Master Ace on.
Because a little known fact is Master Ace was also one of our very first models.
Yes, you told me that before.
He modeled for us like early, like he was one of the very
first, right?
One of the beginning ones,
right? Yeah, shout to Ace. And him and C were like best friends. We love you, C. We're gonna keep your name alive. We're gonna do a lot of stuff this summer in your name. It ain't gonna stop. It never stops. And so that was C. So we went to C's funeral Tuesday. Then Wednesday morning, we got the news that Dallas Penn had passed away.
Right. And
I'll be honest with you, even now, that really bothers me that Dallas is not here, right? Dallas is a tech night, right? So let's start there, right? Because everybody in this room is tech nights. And so there's a special bond that tech nights have. When you say, yo, I went to tech, that puts you in a different air than other people. So we can start there, but then he was one of the founding members of the Decepticons, which is probably one of, if not the most significant movement to come out of the public school system in the 80s. And so he had a wealth of knowledge in terms of the history of tech and the history of the Deceps. But then as he grew and developed into a man, he became this tastemaker of sorts. And a blogger, and like I'm talking early blogging, like before people looked at it as viable, right? Dallas was blogging, and I remember reading his stuff, and a lot of it was Decep based. Like he would talk about his, he would talk about his life at Tech, and he was a comic book fan, so it'd be a lot of that stuff. I didn't get to meet him immediately, so I knew of Dallas before I actually met him. I'm gonna tell you where I met Dallas. I met Dallas for the first time at Conrad McRae, God rest his soul. When Conrad McRae, Brooklyn Tech named their basketball court after Conrad.
I remember that, yeah.
This was maybe like 10 years ago. And I was at the ceremony, and a bunch of tech nights from all years were at the ceremony, and Ozzy was there, and she was like, yo, do you know Dallas Penn? And I was like, hell yeah, I know who he is. She was like, he's over there. I was like, well, I don't know him.
Right.
I know who he is. She was like, yo, come with me. And she brought me to Dallas. And it was like, yo, Dallas, this is Marlon. Marlon, this is Dallas. Y'all are just like y'all got to connect. And me and Dallas sat together, and I just was like, even back then I was, because this is after Polo Gate. Y'all remember Polo Gate?
Yep.
You remember Polo Gate?
Yeah, I was going to tell that story.
So in 2010, it was in 2010?
It was 2014.
It was 20. Okay, so it was right after Polo Gate then. So Dallas posted the username and password for It was a Ralph Lauren employees discount account,
Yeah,
right?
so he
Oh,
posted
that's
the code.
why that person. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so he posted
Somebody posted the
the
email.
code. So it was like
It was a code, but it was the username. It was the person's username password to get into the code,
And so once he posted it online, everybody went ham. Right?
and it was
Right.
65% off.
Yeah, 65% off, and they honored pretty much everybody who
Right.
bought something as
Right.
long as you pay for express and shipping.
Yeah, somebody
And-
had posted that email.
You know, like Just Blaze bought like the entire like store. He was buying crazy shit, chandeliers, and you know, because Just had the money for that.
Yo, it was the most amazing. Like, again, we talking about how Twitter and the frenzy. It was a frenzy.
Wow.
And Dallas caused it. But let's not even stop there, because Dallas, and I wrote in my thing that kind of I
That
found my
wasn't even
voice.
that long ago.
No,
2014.
no, like 10 years ago. I found my voice through Dallas's work. A lot of people know Combat Jack, right? And so I knew Combat Jack and Dallas and Premium Pete. Shout to Premium Pete. And they were really the first. The Combat Jack show was probably the first podcast I
And
ever
so
listened to.
Dallas was on that.
Yes.
Okay.
The Combat Jack show was really the first podcast I ever listened to on a regular basis. And it was just something about how they talked about the culture that was so different than what was out there.
Right.
And so when you think about Dallas and his life, because all of this we talking was years ago. The Dallas that I knew last year, was kind of like an elder statesman, like
Right.
Uncle Sneaker.
He definitely had moved. He moved like
Right.
that.
And again,
Every
so we
time I
talking
saw
about,
him.
and one of the things I was talking to somebody about is these people that we're losing, like for me, right? They're not just friends, but they were kind of like life coaches to me. Like C was like a life coach. Like he would tell me, nah, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Why are you doing that? You need to be
Right.
doing this. And Dallas would also pour into me that way. Me and Dallas, like a simple text, yo, what's good? What you doing? Would turn into an entire epiphany that Dallas had for my life, right? And it's really, when you think about it, it's really unfortunate that we losing like men that really care for community in that way. Because it ain't just me. Wait until Dallas is laid to rest. Wait until you hear the stories of the people that knew this man. You're gonna be in
they
awe.
were flooding the internet.
I'm telling you.
Just
telling
everybody
you.
had a story, and they was so deep, and
I'm telling you, man, like it's a significant loss to culture and community, and it's unexpected, and it just reminds us how we have to be very present in the moment when we deal with one another. Because I text Dallas a couple weeks ago, yo, bro, I hear you between a rock and a hard place. I love you. You're to be honored. Let me know when I can come see you. He hit me back, yo, I love you, bro. Like, you doing your thing. Keep doing what you think. I'm going to be all right. Right? And it's just, and I went about my, because I'm busy. We all busy.
Yeah.
But you got to be present in the moment. Man. And so
Absolutely.
we love you, Dallas. We love you, Dallas. We love you, Dallas. We love you, Dallas. We're never going to forget your name. You're in the reel for our block party on June 8th. So shout to Alonzo and Carlito. When they sent me the reel and I looked through it, it was like an Easter egg that I needed. It was like, oh man, Dallas is right there, like right where he would be. So
and check out the website, DallasPenForever.com.
Facts. And in
They
fact,
have,
Sean,
t-shirt.
OSD Paper Chaser, sent me the thing. I copped a t-shirt.
Oh,
They got the
They
Dallas
said
Pen
they mailed them
Timberland
already?
joint. No, they're not mailing it for like 4
Right.
weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not being mailed for like 4
Right.
weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
yeah,
I copped it. And you should cop one too.
Yeah, DallasPenForever.com.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you got, I as soon as I saw that T-shirt, I definitely copped it.
Yeah.
The proceeds are going to his wife.
Correct.
And it's not a little thing that a brand like Timberland took the time to honor
Exactly.
him.
Yeah.
And took the time to write his name in their font. You know, like we talking about culture. You got the right people at Timberland now, and who honored Dallas. And so when I saw that, I was going back and I hit my guy like, yo, like thank you, because Polo and Tim's, right? That was his thing. Like he was low out and he had his Tim's on, and if there was anything, he was quintessential Brooklyn, quintessential 80s, 90s Brooklyn in his style and everything that he did.
your realest brother Rob Cave, shout to you, Rob Cave. He wrote that Dallas Penn was the most New Yorker that ever New Yorked. And that is who Dallas was. Dallas was the most New Yorkest New Yorker that ever New York. There was not a bigger New Yorker than Dallas. You're talking about Shockwave from the Deceps. You're talking about God Boot God. You're talking about Uncle... Like, no, there is nobody that's more New York than Dallas Penn. And so we lost a couple of great ones, man. And it's very important that, like I said, that we stay present and we stay loved
have
up.
conversations with people. And
Yeah,
just like
because they're two libraries.
take some time.
C and Dallas are two libraries
Yeah.
that, because we didn't extract all of their information from them, because we didn't have the time or space or energy, we've lost things that only they know.
Right.
Like, we've lost things from C that only C could tell you. Nobody else could tell you. We lost things that only Dallas could tell you. No one else could tell you what Dallas had in his mind about certain things. And so, again, we love them both. And at Hip Hop Closet, that's what we're about. Like, Hip Hop Closet is about the culture. Like, in a very rudimentary and fundamental way, we are the culture. And so you got to pay homage to those two dudes.
Yes, yes.
Right?
So yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap up on that note.
What the people them saying?
It was R.I.P. A Style Called Quest, Facts. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Flame emojis. C literally was like, time is money and money is time. He was always on point to events.
What? Man, when I tell you some of the shit
I'm
I'm doing,
to do the teacher.
Yo, he'd be like, yo, Marlon, I'm getting off at 5:45. I'm not spinning after. I see, that's fine. But you better tell your DJ to be. I'm like, see, okay, like, you can leave. I'll DJ, see, like, I'm not. I don't want to step on your money, bro.
No,
like, I
but
want
he
you to
he don't want to be associated with no event that's gonna
not,
make him look good.
Yeah,
look
like,
bad.
he used to be on that with
Do
me.
you
heavy.
remember he DJ'd like one of our first anniversary parties? We had a first anniversary party in Manhattan.
Yes.
Not
Wait.
here in it was in Manhattan at this spot that was like it was like a mix of video games and there was like people were in there playing video games. Yeah, I mean it was. I mean the year was what, like
99. Yeah.
It was like 99.
Yeah.
It might have been 2000. It might have been 2000. But he was DJing, and that's the first time I got screamed on him because I had the nerve to like ask him for a picture or something, and he was like, "What?" It's like, my bad.
Yo, one of the wildest shit that C ever said yes to was when we had the Black Lives Matter mural lockdown. So during the pandemic, they put the mural on Fulton Street, and then there was no programming. So we was sitting in Kev's backyard, and I'm throwing out ideas, and y'all are like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And so I called C, like, yo, he did the first one for us.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, we doing this. And he didn't even hesitate. He was like, yeah, bet. He told me what the price was. He was like, yeah, bet, I'm with it.
Right.
And this is at the time where people was saying, hell no, I'm not
right.
coming
They
outside.
wasn't
like
coming
mad
outside
DJs
at all.
said, hell no, Marlon, like, you wildin', like, you want to throw something outside? Like, hell no. And I called C, and he was like, yo, bet, this is what it costs. And I'm like, all right. And he did the first party that we had on the Black Lives Matter mural. Shout to Jew, shout to Ted. We did that shit together. Absolutely. So, yeah, so we'll be back.
We are going to come back June 11th.
June 11th,
we'll be back. We're going to take a little break, but we'll be flooding the page with all of our previous interviews and stuff. Check out the YouTube page. Sweet 607 has some of the interviews up. And yeah, we're gonna start getting ready for these block parties. So you guys should too. Cop your outfits.
Get ready.
Take your time off. Get your
ready.
crew assembled.
Get ready.
You know, like
Summer
get
24
ready.
is coming. We own the summer.
You don't want to miss these block parties. I'm
We own
telling
the
you
summer.
right now. You don't want to
We
be
gonna rock
home
with us.
looking at the pictures and the videos. You want to be in them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We own the summer. Jay, last words?
Yo, it's been a pleasure working with you guys. It's been fun. It's been exciting. It's been educational. And I do think that, what we've done so far this year, amazing episodes. This summer's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
You know, we just gotta be ready for it.
And I am the guest today, so
I won the sneaker war.
with
today.
that said, I won the sneaker war.
Let's see. I didn't even realize we was gonna do that. I think Jay won. I love those.
Woo! Bang!
I had some
love
heat
those.
at home
Bomb.
that I couldn't
Yeah,
get
those is
together
hot.
because I was taking.
But I won the sneaker wars yesterday when we was out.
No, I wore these yesterday. So.
What did you?
Nigga, I had on the brand new clandestine highs, the one highs that just came out.
I didn't even
I-
see him.
You wasn't looking.
I didn't see him.
I don't know what you had on either. I ain't look at you.
I didn't have sneakers on yesterday.
See, you lost.
But I do have like 4 boxes of new sneakers, so I'm ready for June and July and summertime fly. I'm ready for all of it.
Yo, listen, stay
we love
fresh.
y'all. Yes.
We love y'all.
Thank you so much for joining
Love each
us
other
and
like we
riding
love
with
y'all.
us, and and welcome to all our new family members.
Yeah, shout to y'all. Shout to y'all.
Yeah.
Shout to y'all.
Looking forward
Shout to Roots
seeing
of Brooklyn.
y'all.
Shout to Raw.
Shout to Roots of
Roots of Brooklyn. I'm rocking today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
With a
yes, Tammy said I won. Hey,
How did she
Tammy.
win,
She
Tammy?
said Tammy said I
That
won
don't
with
even
mad
make no
fight emojis.
Whatever.
That don't
Thank
make no
you,
sense.
Tammy.
Won what? What did she win, Tammy?
I won the sneaker wars. She said these are fire.
Nah,
I get
nah.
mad compliments on
Nah.
these.
Absolutely not. Never.
Thank you,
Never.
babe.
One love. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
June 11th.